tools that you have for planning for retirement? We will talk about that today on Financial Focus with John Kuykendall, founder and CEO of GulfCoast Financial Services. GulfCoast has been named Best of the Best in Financial Services 9 straight years and running by the readers of the Lake City Reporter, serving North Central Florida savers and investors, helping you formulate the plan and execute to make sure that you are making progress toward those important financial and retirement goals. John, we always appreciate your time, and today going to be discussing the value, the benefit, the power of the Roth IRA.
Yeah, Peter, it's fantastic what that can do. It's a planning tool that is not used. It's underutilized, and we have waited because we believed that taxes would be cheaper in retirement. So everybody has been taught defer, 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 and the Roth is a situation where we pay the taxes today, but people are still afraid, Peter, to use it because they think they're going to be paying more taxes now than they will in retirement. And that's not true.
Well, we know to get money into a IRA, or in this case, a Roth IRA, we can contribute new dollars as we earn them over our working career, or we can convert to a Roth IRA from other existing retirement accounts, such as 401ks and IRAs. So we'll talk about the difference, the important distinction, and the limits and limitations between contributions and conversions. But first, John, if you would, take us off and tell us what are the key critical benefits of a Roth IRA as compared to other retirement accounts?
Well, the main benefit, Peter, is that over our lifetime, as that Roth IRA grows by being placed into the market, it is tax-free. We paid the taxes when we put the money in. It's after-tax money going in, and then we don't pay taxes when it comes out. That's the major advantage, because in retirement, when we're sitting here looking at those required minimum distributions, there are a lot of people that are put into a different tax bracket because the older we get, we have to take more money out of our IRAs. And so under that required minimum distribution. The second thing is that you don't have, as I said, you don't have to take it out as a required minimum distribution. It can stay there as long as you don't need it. But if you do need it, you take it out. There's no tax consequence, Peter. So we don't have to worry about having to pay more for our Medicare Part B, having more of our Social Security tax, because that's money that grows tax-free.
So that tax-free growth, I mean, we talk about the compounding power of interest and growth when we are also growing and then don't have to pay tax on the money when we withdraw it or leave it behind, or for whatever reason, we've already taken care of that on the front end. And I've heard a story, John, kind of an analogy here of a farmer either having the choice of being taxed on the seed before he plants or on the harvest when he harvests. And not only one harvest, but every time he harvests crops, coming back and the tax man seeing him again and again. That's sort of a good parallel story and analogy here.
Yeah, it's the story of the taxing of the seed or the taxing of the harvest. And so when we put the Roth in, we've already paid the taxes on that seed. So when we harvest it, it's harvested tax-free. That's the major difference between a Roth and an IRA, is I can pay the taxes now. And Peter, the government, with the debt we have and interest rates where they are, we're having to pay more on the debt because of the interest rates. And so the government, in order to continue to fund the government and continue to fund the programs, either has to cut spending or raise taxes. And I don't know about you, Peter, but I haven't seen them cut spending. So I really think that they're going to raise taxes.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that they are apt or prone or even able to cut spending up there in Washington. So the debt, the deficit, the ongoing operating expenses, the interest rate environment having gone up significantly would indicate that into the future they're going to need to raise more capital, and that's done through increasing taxes, tax rates, tax brackets. Now, there is a downside with everything, right? There's benefits to every financial choice, and there's also a takeaway, something that
Yeah,
is a pro and a con. For the Roth IRA, when we make contributions, we do not get to deduct that from our taxes in the current year like we do with a traditional IRA or tax deferred 401k, correct?
that's right, Peter. But as I said, let's say that we're putting $10,000 in and we're being taxed on it now. But when we pull that 10,000 out, that 10,000 may have grown to 20, 40, 50, 100,000 based on what happens in the market. And that is tax free. So it's a situation where I think that we put it in now. Now, Roths are fairly new. They haven't been around a long time. And the theory, as I said earlier, was that we're going to be in a lower tax bracket in retirement. That's what we used to teach because we felt like the taxes would be lower because we need less money. What we're finding out is we need as much now or more in retirement to keep our standard of living than we do when we're working. So we're not going to be in a lower tax bracket. We're probably going to be in a higher tax bracket because I believe that taxes now are on sale. We're having a fire sale right now, which is going to end in 2025 in December when we get new tax laws.
Now, John, does that mean that it has been a mistake for this generation to defer and delay paying taxes, or is now just a time to shift that paradigm and the way of thinking and the strategies we have moving forward?
Well, I think it's both. One is we were taught to do this. We were taught to defer. We didn't have Roth 401ks. So if you were contributing to a 401 or a retirement account, you had to contribute to an IRA, a 401k that was deferred. Now we have those Roth options under the new laws, the Secure Act. We have Roths available in most 401k plans, and we certainly should use it, Peter.
Well, again, if you have questions, concerns, if you would like to make sure that you are using optimal strategies for planning for your financial future, John Kuykendall and the team at GulfCoast Financial Services have been named Best of the Best in Financial Services 9 straight years and running by the readers of the Lake City Reporter. So certainly have helped many and are here to help many, many more, and make sure that you are receiving good guidance and education and direction in your financial and retirement planning, and as well as investment management on an ongoing basis. So the Roth IRA contributions not tax deductible, but they do grow tax free, and you can actually withdraw the contributions from a Roth IRA at any time. There's no age limit for contributions like there are with certain other retirement accounts, and
Right.
no required minimum distributions, as well as being tax-free to beneficiaries. So I think that the pros do outweigh the cons in this case, John.
Oh, I do too, Peter. All we have to do is leave the interest in there for 5 years, but the principal that we put in can be withdrawn at any time because we're putting in after tax money. Now, we have in the United States what everybody doesn't realize, a lot of people don't realize, a progressive tax. So the next dollar cost me more than the last dollar. And as we continue to go into the tax brackets, we can get bumped up into a higher tax bracket. One of the things that we do here is we have a software so that we can put your current tax situation in. We can look at how much we can convert from a regular 401k IRA over to a Roth conversion and show you what the tax dollars are going to be and try to keep you in that tax bracket that you're in. And everyone, there's some limit to how much we can do, but certainly we can do a lot, and it's not going to cost us any more money than what we would have paid, but we're going to stay in the same tax bracket, Peter.
All right. Well, John, important question here. What is the difference between a contribution and a conversion, and what are the limits and limitations regarding each?
Well, if let's say I have a rollover IRA or I have an IRA that I built up, or I take my 401k and I move it out, which we can do in most plans at age 59, then I can convert part or all of that. There's no limit to a Roth IRA. I just have to pay the taxes. Now, contributions are limited to $6,500 per year for individuals under 50 and $7,500 for those that are over 50. So we have a limit on contributions that we make, but we don't have a limit on conversions.
Okay, so if we want to, we could move over as much as we like, even our total balance. Is that typically a recommended way of doing things?
Well, it may not be, because we have to look at the taxes and see where we're going to be. But Peter, if you're before age 65 and before you get on Medicare and Social Security, there are some benefits to doing that conversion ahead of time so that we don't end up with what we call the IRMA on our Medicare Part B, where I pay more because of my income. So what we want to do is do those prior to 65 if we can. If we are after 65, what we have to do is worry about the IRMA and how that's going to affect us and work our conversion up to that limit.
And that's where the calculators, the tools that you have available there at GulfCoast Financial Services can significantly benefit a planner or preparer who is being proactive and trying to manage that tax liability.
Oh, yeah. We do that every day, Peter. We work with our clients. We work with prospects every day, showing them how much we can convert, where we can convert it, and how it's going to affect them tax-wise. Tax planning is now as important as anything we do. And so we really want to make sure that we've looked at the tax implications and how it's going to happen.
Well, if you would like to learn more about Roth IRAs, if you would like to utilize them, if you would like to implement strategies to manage, to reduce and minimize your tax liability over the course of your lifetime, not just in a single year, give GulfCoast Financial Services and their partner firm, GulfCoast Tax Advantage, a call. 386-755-9018, 386-755-9018, 386-755-9018. John, I threw in that GulfCoast Tax Advantage because I think that is a big distinction and benefit there at your firm, where you've got both the financial, the investment side, and the tax side, looking at strategies such as Roth IRAs.
Well, Peter, what we try to look at is when we're doing financial planning and life planning, we try to look at every element of that, do a holistic approach. So we're looking at Social Security planning, we're looking at Medicare planning, we're looking at taxes, estate planning, and we're trying then also look at the investments. The investments are part of it, but it's a smaller part now, Peter, than it's ever been. We used to only look at how much our investments were doing and didn't worry about any of the rest. And as you know, in our book, we just said retirement's not for wimps. Quitting is for winners, but retirement's not for wimps. And there are so many things that affect our retirement and how much we're able to make and keep that we have to do that planning, Peter.
Well, if you would like to do your planning and be proactive, give GulfCoast Financial Services a call for that financially focused written retirement income plan, the tax analysis, the tax optimization, looking at income, investments, taxes, of course, yes, healthcare, legacy, all aspects of the plan brought into a cohesive, comprehensive, and complementary plan so that all parts are working together. That's the goal of staying financially focused, ladies and gentlemen. Pick up the phone, give John Kuykendall and the team a call. 386-755-9018, 386-755-9018. John, as always, a pleasure having you here on the program for this informative edition of Financial Focus.
Thank you, Peter. It's great to be here. See you next week. Hey, if you'd like a copy of our new book, Quitting is for Winners, but Retirement's Not for Wimps, I encourage you to click the link below and get your copy today. Hey, we like it when you listen to the show, but we like it better when you like, share, subscribe, or feel free to leave a comment.
Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and tune in for more Financial Focus by visiting GulfCoastFinancial.net. The information presented on this program is provided for informational purposes only, without warranty of accuracy, completeness, or suitability for a particular purpose. This program is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, legal, or tax advice. This information is general in nature and not specific enough to be construed as advice. You should not make any decision based on the information presented on this program without independent consultation with an appropriately licensed professional or competent advisor. Investment in securities or the market involves a potential risk for loss of principal. Trading, therefore, may not be suitable for all listeners. Annuity guarantees are based solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing company. Withdrawals of growth from annuities may be taxable as ordinary income in the year it is taken. Individuals should review contracts for specific details of the product's features and costs. Early withdrawals may subject the owner to penalties, fees, or taxes. John Kuykendall is registered with and securities are offered through Kovac Securities, Inc., member FINRA SIPC, found online at www.kovacsecurities.com. Advisory services are offered through GulfCoast Financial Services, Inc., a registered investment advisor in Florida. GulfCoast Financial Services, Inc. is not affiliated with Kovac Securities, Inc. or Kovac Advisors, Inc. Past performance is not indicative of future results. All investing involves risk. Investment decisions should be based on your own goals, time horizon, and tolerance for risk. Due to various factors, including changing market conditions and/or applicable laws, the content may no longer be reflective of current opinions or positions.